Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Matt. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video. Please like and subscribe. There's a lot more to come. You can check out some of the shorts that I've posted thus far, but this is my first full video. I'm Matt, your OCD coach, and I wanted to just take this video to explain why I'm qualified to be an OCD coach and a little bit about my story. So, first and foremost, I have had chronic severe OCD for about 30 plus years. I can probably remember when I was about 10 years old. If I look back, I can see the first signs of OCD, and it's kind of around like harm to family members. I would have really intrusive, weird thoughts. I remember going on a trip with my dad for the first time. I think I was going to be on an airplane. We were going to go to his home state of Oklahoma, and I started having these like weird intrusive anxieties and thoughts around my dad dying before we even got to do that. It never really latched on. And if you're familiar with OCD will latch on typically to your beliefs, your rigid beliefs, irrational beliefs. And it's hard to believe at 10 years old that I had any irrational beliefs, but I must have had them around dying being the worst thing on the planet, not having a father, things like that. And so it was really early, and I think I developed ROCD at a really young age, probably around the same time. I remember having really weird, having interactions with friends, but also girls, and being very insecure about my relationships with both sexes, right? I'm straight, wanted to have girlfriends, and having guy friends, just very like awkward, not really feeling like I could connect with people. I still actually have that to this day. I really have a hard time having relationships. Luckily, have a really great relationship with my wife. She's my best friend. But outside of that, I don't have a lot of close friends, which can be a good or a bad thing, I guess. But I just wanted to kind of take a little time to distinguish the difference between what a lot of people hear on social media and just in mainstream news, OCD wise, versus chronic severe OCD, because there's two different types of things going on there. The mild form is what you hear celebrities talk about. You see them, they talk about having OCD. Oh, it's about cleaning and very simple things. They just get trapped in going down rabbit holes of research, and people like to exchange stories. Oh, I have OCD. Oh, I have OCD too, and I love it. It's my superpower. And all that is mild OCD. And then you have chronic severe OCD, which is what I have struggled with and what many people struggle with. It's what a lot of people who go to typical OCD therapists and specialists, and it keeps them stuck because those people only have a certain level of knowledge about how OCD works on the chronic severe level. Most of the stuff, the techniques, the ERP, the leaving thoughts there, cutting down to compulsions, all are great things and can help you bring down your anxiety, give you some freedom. But to really truly break free from chronic severe OCD, there's a whole lot more that you got to do. And most people don't know what that is. So I have learned what those things are, aside from ERP, leaving thoughts there, cutting compulsions, mindfulness, things like that. There's a whole other side. And I have learned that side and gained the knowledge of that, plus the knowledge that I already had about OCD. And I am currently recovering. And so, in my opinion, and you'll find, so OCD recovery is where I went. That's the people that I talk to. They have a huge presence on social media. They are the only people, besides potentially me, that could help you get through chronic severe OCD. And I firmly believe that. They're the only people that spoke to me when I was at the point to where going to all of the other places that I went to, therapists, using medications, self-medicating, until one day Rob Bray popped up on my screen, and something was different about what he was teaching. So I went to them, started my one-to-ones, and 2 years later, drastic change. I mean, I did not want to be here anymore. I didn't want to live, but I didn't want to die. Very odd place to be. If you're an OCD sufferer, it might be something that you can relate to, but it's a tough place to be. And OCD recovery is the only place that helped me get over that threshold, taught me other things, taught me that OCD was a belief disorder. It's not a values disorder. It's not about shame. It's about your beliefs. And if you can change and dispute your beliefs, which OCD will attack and manipulate, and if you can change those beliefs, if you can identify what your core fears are, and you can practice acceptance, develop universal self-life and other acceptance, unconditional acceptance for yourself and for others, and empathy for yourself and for others, that's actually when you start to get recovered from OCD to where it's not really a part of your life. It will always be. It's a brain disorder. It will always be a part of my life. It is me. There's no separation between OCD and the sufferer. They are one and the same. They are fused. It's part of your brain. Until AI or whatever modern technology comes up with a cure, which there is no cure for OCD, there's only recovery. This is what we're stuck with. So my goal is to be able to help people that have been stuck. I have heard from a lot of people. I have a TikTok. It's Peacefully Wired. I have heard people tell me I've been to therapists after therapists. I'm in this conveyor belt of therapy and I'm still stuck. That's because, and if you look at the content online, you'll see a lot of it is the same stuff. They are techniques. They are not recovery. They are techniques to help you separate from OCD a little bit. But a lot of the stuff is a lot of reassurance. You'll hear people say things like, you want to reassure the person, not the OCD. Again, they're not different. They are the same thing. So when you're reassuring, you're reassuring. A lot of the content is about reassurance. I'm here to help you get through all of that stuff and to show you the next level. It starts with learning the teachings of Dr. Albert Ellis, and there's books to read. One of them to start with would be The Myth of Self-Esteem. It's all about REBT, Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy, which is the basis of CBT. A lot of people talk about CBT in the OCD and the mental health world, and really REBT is the long form, the version that you actually have to put in a lot of work to change your brain. CBT is kind of like the condensed form, basically. And so learning that stuff, there's other things that go into it, lots of other great books that I've read along the way, none of which have OCD in the title. Those books about people that have written about OCD, is basically just telling you how OCD works and the techniques to separate yourself from it. But you need to change your perspectives and change your beliefs. You need to change your whole brain and your whole life, actually, to get to the next level. I can help you get there, and I would love to do that. And so one of the things that my coach told me when I first started was, look, you want to get the help that you're like, you have mental health, you've got depression, you've got anxiety, you've got OCD. The person that you want helping you is the person that's been through that fire, the person that's been the lowest they can be on depression, the person that's suffered from chronic anxiety for long periods of time, the person that has had severe OCD and has actually recovered and made it out on the other side. And the way he put it to me was, I can do all the research on World War II that I want. I can watch all the movies, I can watch the documentaries, read the books. But unless I am there storming the beaches of Normandy and watching my fucking friends get their heads blown off, I can't really describe what that's like or help somebody that's been in that situation change their perspectives and change their beliefs, right? So, same thing if I was trying to play baseball and I wanted to learn how to play baseball, and I had one person that had read all the books on baseball and knew all the lingo and watched documentaries and knew players' names. I have that choice. Or I have the choice of the professional athlete that's been playing baseball their whole lives and knows what it's like to be, at the plate, bases loaded, full count, World Series title on the line. Who do you want to learn from? You want to learn from the person that has the experience and actually has the tools. So, with all that being said, it's kind of a longer video than I wanted to do. I ranted a little bit. I don't have a script. I'm trying to be real. I'm Matt, your OCD coach. I'm also Peacefully Wired on TikTok. Please give me a like and a follow, and please comment. Let me know where you're at on the journey. Are you struggling? Are you stuck? Have you seen therapists? Have you tried meds? I got a whole bunch of information on meds. We'll dive deep into that. But so please follow along. This is just a start. All right. Thanks for listening, and I'll check you later. Bye.